Hawaii. This is our recording for January 24th, 2021. And we have special guests with us today. My name is Tony, and I'll be your facilitator. We have our speaker, our presenter today, Hosen from the Bodhi Manda Zen Center in Jemez Springs, New Mexico. Welcome, Hosen. And we have Bernice and Manuel Roberto, two of our favorite musicians. So thank you all for tuning in and being here. And we're going to start off with a beautiful song from Bernice and Manuel.
Aloha, everyone. This is a meditation song concentrating on the pastimes of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan.
We can't hear you.
This is my first time doing this, so please bear with me and forgive me for any of these little oomphas. So I was just saying thank you to our musicians because it was so beautiful and it really transported me to a different place. So now I'm back and I would like to ask Hosen if she would do an opening prayer for us. Thank you, Hosen.
Thank you. I'm going to read the Metta Sutta. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Metta Sutta. This is what should be done by one who uncovers the wisdom to practice compassion and seek peace. Let one be capable, upright and sincere, without pride, easily contented and joyous. Let one not be submerged in the things of the world. Let one not burden oneself with possessions. Let one's senses be controlled. Let one be wise but not arrogant. Let one relinquish all desire. Let one do nothing that is mean or petty, and let wisdom and compassion guide all activity. All living beings, whether weak or strong, in upper, middle, or lower realms of existence, small or large, visible or invisible, near or far, born or yet to be born. May all beings without exception live in happiness, at ease, and in safety. Let no one deceive another, nor despise any being in any state. Let none by anger or hatred wish harm to another. Just as a mother and father love their children unconditionally, with a boundless mind, one should cherish all living things, suffusing love all over the entire world. Let one cultivate infinite goodwill, standing or walking, sitting or lying down, during all one's waking hours. Let one cherish the thought that meditating together will lead us to peace, abandoning idle discourse, having a clear vision, freed from sense cravings. One who practices sincerely will not participate in the creation of suffering for ourselves or others.
Here we are in January 24th, 2021. Welcome to the New Thought Center of Hawaii. We're so glad to have you with us this morning. Even though I can't see all of you, I can feel all of you. I can feel you with my heart. And I do miss the days of being together at the center, but this is a way for us to come together. And I'm so grateful that you're joining us today to keep that energy alive at New Thought. So thank you. New Thought Center is a multi-faith spiritual community. Our roots started back with the Kona Community Church of Religious Scientists. It was founded in 1971, so it's been a while. We hold Sunday services continually from that time. We have not had one break since that moment. So long held tradition here in Kona. Previously the church was in Keaho, and now we're in Kealakekua. So basically what that means is that we're affiliated with New Thought Alliance. We're an umbrella organization. We belong to the New Thought INTA, which is International New Thought Association. But we're a little different. We have our own little niche and uniqueness about us. Years ago, our minister left, and she advised us to minister to ourselves. So that's what we've done ever since. Each week we have a presenter. We have a facilitator, and we have music musicians. And this week, because we're on Zoom, we also have our technical person, Pasha. We could not do it without her, so thank you, Pasha. But being multi-faith, we we really hold to that, and we're here for the nourishment, development, and evolution of each person's unique spiritual path. As many people as there are, as many paths as there are, the goal is the same. The paths are many, but the goal is the same. The one is the same. So we really support and encourage each person's unique path to come together so that we become one. And we embrace all faiths and all religions, all thoughts in the one. So again, thank you for joining us. So now we're going to have a reading, and Pasha is going to do our reading for us. And the reading is from Science of Mind magazine. Thank you, Pasha.
Thank you, Tony. So I think it's kind of cool that this month's Science of Mind magazine has a moai on the cover. I don't think that's ever happened before. So the reading begins with two quotations. The first one is from a compilation of spiritual writings, and it's called The Enlightened Heart. So that says, "How sweet it is to trust you. What joy to embrace your will." The second quotation is from Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind. And it says, "We may stumble, but always there is that eternal voice forever whispering in our ear." And today's essay is by a writer and minister named Margaret Stortz. We have all heard about the leap of faith needed in religious studies. Do we also think similarly about a leap of trust? We may have some sense of something greater than ourselves in which we exist. But what does it mean to trust the unknown? To at least believe that we are out here in the universe with some backup. I am also thinking about wise trust, informed trust, and not blind trust, which will never satisfy thinking believers. Perhaps our first step toward generating real trust involves our spiritual practices. When we experience a general openness to good, we put ourselves in the mode of observing universal order in the cosmos and in our everyday world. We do seem to be in a space for healthy living, and openness practices make us attuned to the special nuances that bring life to our belief systems. We may share some generalities with others, but the God touches come to each and all personally. I think that if we have a genuine desire to know God, we will know God. Not perhaps in ways that suit others, but in ways that satisfy both reason and intuition. We need to keep sharp in our spiritual desires, clear in our intentions, and deep openness to be and to know. The reading concludes with an affirmation. It's a bit long, so I'll split it into 3 parts with pauses so that you can repeat each phrase if you're so inclined. In deepest peace, love, and gratitude, I give great thanks for the gifts of the Spirit that come to me each day. Through these daily gifts, I come to know and experience the divine.
Thank you. Words well hearing for these days for sure. Thank you, Pasha. Okay, so now I think it's time for another song. If you would please.
Okay, so now we're going to play Sakura, which is a beautiful meditation song that I'm sure you'll recognize.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Beautiful meditative piece. Whoa. Okay. Now I would like to introduce our presentator today. Her name is Ji-Eun Hosen Christian Ranger, better known as and lovingly and affectionately known as Hosen. She began her formal training with Zen master Jashu Sasaki Roshi in 1979 and has been in residence at the Bodhi Mandala Center since 1980. That's quite a while. She was ordained as a Zen nun in 1983. Her devotion to practice led her to become a Zen priest or Osho, formally recognized in a very special ceremony at the Rinzai Soto tradition training in Los Angeles, California in 1988, July 1988. The following year, she was appointed as abbess to the Bodhi Manda Zen Center and carried on the work as abbess and director. The Board of Trustees reaffirmed her position of abbess and director of the Bodhi in 2015 in April, and last summer, Hosen celebrated her 40th year at the Bodhi. Yay! With her warm, and I can attest to this, her warm, compassionate nature, childlike joy, and impish sense of humor, Hosen has made lasting and vibrant relationships with the local communities of Jemez Springs and Jemez Pueblo. And she's established close relationships with Buddhist centers, not just locally or statewide, but internationally, places like Albuquerque, Santa Fe, California, New York, Canada, Hawaii, yay, Puerto Rico, and even the Tunisian Zen centers. She's noted for her gracious welcome to guests who come from the Bodhi from all over. And I've been on the receiving end of that. And it's just every time I go there, it just warms my heart so much. So her focus, besides manifesting and teaching the practice of Buddhist tradition, she's opened the Bodhi to hosting retreats for sincere seekers and students and groups from many diverse paths, which has endeared her to the hearts of many. And that would be true of our group, the Sri Satya Sai Baba group, that has gone to the Bodhi for probably 30 years now, more than 30 years now. So Hosen embraces warmly everybody that comes to her shores. Well, her desert shores. So I would like to turn this over to you, Hosen, to begin your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you, Asha. Thank you to the wonderful musician we have here and everyone that's working hard to arrange these meetings. And I'm really, really grateful to the Zoom media to bring us together. And it's wonderful to be back here with you at the New Thought Center of Hawaii. Aloha, everyone. I was there 3 years ago in person with all of you, and I received this lei that I'm wearing today, bringing me closer to all of you in Hawaii. So the topic of my presentation today is how do we receive the new year? But before I get into this presentation, I would like to invite you to sit with me for about 5 minutes or so. So I'm inviting all of you to find a comfortable chair, cushion, lying down on a couch or your bed, and just settle your body into this posture and engage then in the breath cycle, in breathing fully. And as you breathe, you actually push down the air into your lower abdomen. This is a new style of meditation, a new way of breathing when we do Zazen meditation, which is the Zen meditation. And bring it out to a full inhalation. And as you exhale, releasing the air then naturally comes back up into the lung cavity and the abdomen lowers again. And again, breathe in, push the air out into your lower abdomen. So there's movement. We sit like a mountain, but the breath cycle, there's movement in it. So there's stiffness should not develop too much if we follow the movement of the breath. So please join me in silence, and I'd like to invite our musician to share some music at their discretion during this 5-minute work meditation.
Thank you, musicians. Thank you.
Aloha, everyone. The silence we just now shared is very important in my presentation today. And I'll say more about the nature of silence towards the end of my presentation. Thank you all, everyone that are joining us today. I'm here in New Mexico. There's no heat in our buildings because our geothermal system broke down. But the thought of all of you being here warms my heart. And I'm so happy to be here with Tony and Pasha and everyone, our wonderful musician. So, how are we all receiving this new year? 2021 brings a new beginning. As the calendar year starts anew. I like the sound of that. An opportunity for each one of us to manifest anew, to release the past, to release all our attachments and meet the moment with new eyes. For me, this new year really started with the winter solstice, with new and longer light on the horizon, with hope and freshness, like the flowering bloom on my umeboshi plum tree, nestled in snow today. It's still on Japanese time. There are new green shoots and the hoop house piercing the ground, and with great hope to grow up to maturity as they are nurtured and covered with blankets. With the many great difficulties our world has faced this past year, and in this time of greater isolation for all of us, we were forced to stop and look around with our minds that became unsettled, perturbed by the upsets and downfalls of disturbing events in uncertain circumstances. Threats from the global pandemic, racial injustice, and economic distress have affected all of us across the world. We're forced to look inside ourselves, look at our reactions, our feelings, our emotions, our frustrations, our anger, sadness, loneliness, and happiness. We naturally tend to react with our emotions. But what if we were able to just receive the situation, the moment in front of us, and wake up with each moment within the practice of attention and greater awareness? Free from our reactions, bringing forth our present mind, this mind that fundamentally is very spacious and aware. The practice of attention is most important in each of our lives. It brings us here. It breaks through the thinking mind that at times takes over our lives and causes a lot of suffering in our lives. So by cultivating a clear, open mind as our foundation, the path forwards this new year will become clear with compassion for ourselves and compassion towards the world around us. Let the treasures of your practice sprout in this new year. Let us recognize that the support that we receive from thriving democracy, experiencing the feelings of renewal and confidence in each one of us, with great gratitude, great thankfulness for everything we can see, everything we can receive and share in our neighborhood, in our family, all around us, within this world. How do we in these uncertain times come to rediscover our true nature? I have found that returning to silence and sitting has been most helpful for me. And so I'd like to share a few powerful words from Christina Feldman's book, Silence: How to Find Peace in a Busy World. As we emerge from the haste and clamor of the world that surrounds us, glimpses of silence startles us into a new state of wakefulness and sense of wonder. We awaken on a winter morning to the stillness of a world lying hushed beneath a blanket of overnight snow. And we receive snow all day today. Silence permeates the church in the moments before the service begins. The restlessness and chatter lie away to be replaced by a collective calmness and sense of reverence. The chimes of the monastery bell are heard in a silent meditation room, greeted as a call to awareness. We walk into the welcome silence of our home after a day filled with sound and busyness, and feel soothed by its presence. Walking through the powerful silence of a forest, we are embraced in its stillness and learn to listen, see, and feel more deeply. The moments of silence we encounter are benedictions, blessings that echo in our heart. They invite us to be still, to listen deeply, and to be present in our world. The glimpses of silence we encounter in the world are potent intimations of the inner stillness possible for each one of us. The glimpses of silence we meet remind us of a way of being in which we are deeply touched by the mystery and grandeur of life. In the midst of silence, we remember what it feels like to be truly alive, receptive, and sensitive. Silence, we come to understand, is the language of the heart. Silence is a treasure that's becoming increasingly elusive to us. We are the most affluent, successful, and powerful of all generations gone by. But we are also the busiest and perhaps the noisiest. On a cellular level, we intuitively know the richness and value of silence, yet we sadly neglect its cultivation. Bombarded by sound, information, and sensory input, we feel the effects in our hearts and bodies of being exiled from silence. We thirst for meaning, freedom, inner spaciousness, and peace. Yet, too often we forget that silence is the medium for their discovery. We need silence to listen to our own heart and to touch the heart of another. The Chinese sage Lao Tzu, who lived and thought in the 6th century, reminds us, take time to listen to what is said without words, to obey the law too subtle to be written, to worship the unnameable, and to embrace the unformed. Silence lies at the heart of all the great spiritual traditions' pilgrimages. It is the vehicle that encourages us to dive beneath words, ideas, chatter, and concepts to discover the unspoken truths and the unfathomable mystery of being. The variety of forms of contemplation, prayer, and meditation meet together in their reverence for the act of silence. Through them, we learn to still the clamor of our hearts and the competing voices that cascade through our mind, and to discover a place of profound stillness and receptivity. We soon begin to understand that silence is not a vacuum or a barren desert of the heart, but the source of creativity, love, compassion, and transforming wisdom. So let us remember to come back to silence within ourselves, and from that place of silence, see the openness that emerges small and grows into being able to receive with great openness without any preconceived ideas or feelings. Receive this next moment. And yes, we do a lot of meditation here at the center, and it is in silence. Yet the thinking mind can lead us astray. Thinking arises, the puppy mind goes out, bring the puppy back. Again, thinking arises, bring the puppy back. The mind must be trained. In closing, I wish all of you good health and wellness to you, to your loved ones, and for a hopeful new year where compassion towards all will reign. And it's been really a pleasure to be back here with all of you at New Thought Center of Hawaii. Thank you.
Mahalo, Hosen. Thank you for the reminder of the silence. creating that opening, allow that opening to happen. For myself, when I have that opening, it's a heart opening. And I feel it so much right now. I really do. My heart just feels so open. Thank you so much. You know, we're not having snow in Hawaii. Well, we probably on the mountain we are having snow, but down here, the rest of us are having snow, but it's been a day of rain blessings and blessings coming down on us as blessings, which the rain is. But I remember being in colder climates, New Mexico, when the snow comes down and there's a blanket of softness, of just beautiful softness that just envelops one. So as you were speaking, I just could feel it so much. And it transported me back to my New Mexico days into the Bodhi. So thank you for that. Really bringing the peace that we so much need right now and that we crave for, and the reminder of how to go back into the silence. Oh, okay. We're switching gears a little bit. We're going to look at, gosh, it seems so abrupt now after that. But you know, new thoughts. Somehow we've managed during this time. We've had to adapt. We've had to change. And this was one of the ways that we came up with it doing so. But we still, in order to bring these programs and to have our music ministers and our presenters and all the people that come together to make this happen, we do still need your support, your love, your support, and your contributions in whatever way that you can. And so we thought we would just mention a few of the ways, if you're so inclined and feel so pulled to do so, that you can contribute to New Thought. And while I'm doing this, I want to say thank you to everyone, especially to Pasha, our president, who has hung in there through all these times. We kind of abandoned ship when we had to go back to the mainland and kind of got stuck there. And the board, who's been meeting diligently, and the people that are still here that have been helping out. Really, everyone in the membership, everybody that's come forward, thank you so much. It's very much appreciated. If there's other ways that you'd like to contribute and support, we thought we would present those to you, and hopefully it will make it facilitate or make it easier for you if you choose to do so. So you can contribute online, you can contribute by a check, you can contribute.
Excuse me, it's Pasha. I'll put up a screen share momentarily, but I wanted to give the musicians a chance to start on the offertory before I do that.
Thank you, Pasha.
Okay.
So this piece is about the joy of giving. So it's happy, and hopefully it'll open your heart and give to this wonderful church that has helped us all so much.
you.
Thank you for the lovely music.
Aloha.
Aloha. So now we're going to move into our announcements, and we're going to have Hosen, is there anything you'd like to announce concerning the Bodhi Center? Oops.
Yes, thank you, Tony. Just that we are going to start in February. We're going to be able to offer through Zoom a meditation program, and that'll be posted on our website. At the moment, the center, because of COVID, has been closed since last March, so no guests, no workshops. But there's been a group of practitioners here. There's 10 of us practicing right now at the Zen Center. So I'm very grateful for this group that's come together for many months now. And yeah, just check our website, and things start opening up because of the vaccine, then things will change here as well. But we do have a daily practice, and we're going to start offering that on Zoom on a weekly basis very soon in February.
Very good. Very nice. Hosen, can you please tell us your website, please?
Yeah, so it would be www.bmzc, which is the first letter of Bodhi Manda Zen Center, bmzc.org.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. That's great that you're doing that. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, now New Thought has our announcements, and we're going to put those up on the screen, and I can also read them to you. Sunday services, 10 a.m. All services this month are online. Check YouTube. Just Google on YouTube for NTCH, New Thought Center of Hawaii website. And our crystal bowl meditations are on hold, so just keep checking back the website for updates about that. Next 3 Sundays. The next Sunday, the last Sunday of the month, will be a Zoom sharing. It's one of our favorites. Hopes, prayers, and wishes for 2021. I don't know if we've got enough time for that, Pasha. So you can respond to the Zoom invitation at 10 a.m. There won't be any recording, so you can't catch it later. So make sure to come on live, be part of the group. You'll get to see all the beautiful faces there, reconnect with people. And it's great when we all can come together like that. So plan on that next week if you're able to do that. February 7th, which is 2 weeks from today, will be Kaukea Winston, Astrological Influences of 2021, which could be very, very helpful to try to get a better sense about what's happening in the world right now as it relates to astrologically. That will be recorded on YouTube, so you'll be able to catch that. On 2/14, Valentine's Day, Barry Gittleson, aka the Great Baruski, and we don't have a topic for his talk yet, but whatever it is, it's going to be great. Music by I'm sorry, I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce his name right. Ukea Odom and Leslie St. John. And that recording will be on YouTube. And as usual, we have our weekly classes, Maria Mian yoga, gentle yoga from 5 to 6:30 p.m. on Mondays. There's a $15 to $20 donation, and there's a drop-in fee. Thursdays, Kona Living Aloha groups with Davina Mar from 4 to 5 p.m. on Thursdays, as I said. February 9th, to keep that in mind, heart-to-heart conversations practice group with Davina from 4 to 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. February 8th, respond by February 8th. The class will be on the 9th, and the cost for that is $17. If you want to receive our weekly newsletter, please sign up on our website, newthoughtcenterofhawaii.com. And you can also find us on Facebook and Dolphin Partners. So that's what's happening this coming month, actually, the last 2 weeks of this month and next month. And we will go into now our closing song. Thank you everybody for being with us. We're so happy and so glad to see you all. And you just fill my heart.
Mahalo, everyone.
So if we could have our closing Hawaii Aloha song from our musicians, that would be wonderful.
Just sing it, just sing it.
Hey Hawaii,
Kuone hana he, kuone kulai pine, holi noa ina ponolani ho. Hey Hawaii, aloha. Hey Hawaii, Hawaii, o Hawaii. Hey, holy, holy, mana ake ake makani au mai nei. Mauke aloha no Hawaii. Kaya moni na omio o Hawaii. Hey, holy, holy, mana ahe ahe makani mau mai nei. Mauke aloha no Hawaii. Mauke